Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So I'm recording this pretty much directly after the last one because I couldn't leave it in a death loop. That would be crazy. I've had enough time to make a cup of tea to try and ease my raspy throat, and we are going to crack straight on. So we know exactly what we need to do. We need to get this built. I'm also going to tell this to prioritize steam to the boilers because it's more important for us to get power than it is to process fuel. That is definitely true. So we need to delete some of this stuff to get parts for these three. We need 120 parts. So if we delete this, that is 40, that is 80. And if we also delete one of these, it's just going to be a problem because that's no longer going to work. That's another 50. So if we can unity that, that, and that, and then we should be able to unity. We can't unity those. Okay, I'm gonna. They're already on priority 1 high, priority 1 high, priority 1 high. At the same time, whilst the game is paused, I am going to get rid of this pipe and this pipe, and I'm going to bring this up to height 5 and plug that in there, and then bring another one off of there at height 5 still and plug that into, where does that go? Into that storage. We don't really want to use that. Let's plug that into there, and then this is going to be unpaused, and we could probably just unity that. Too much. We can't unity that. We don't have the Mark 1s. That is also going to be a priority 1 high. We need to get some Mark 1 parts then. Where are we going to get those from? How much do we need? 16. If we delete this pipe, that's 4, 6, 7. Let's do it. Delete, 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 delete. Okay, so those have been built. We just need this pipe now. But they're not going to run because we don't have any power to get water in there. How much power does this make? 800 kilowatts. These use 120. So if we mark these as high priority in terms of, this does power, doesn't it? For electricity, yes. If we do those on 2, unpause those, but they're not going to run. But that should run because we've got diesel in there. So that should get those running. We just need to get this built. We need more Mark 1 pipes or belts that we can delete to get that built. We can delete this pipe. No, that's a Mark 2. It's not going to give us the parts we need. Is there a Mark 1 pipe that is surplus to requirements? We must have something somewhere, right? This one. If we unity that, that should give us enough parts to get that built. Because that is now running, but I'm actually going to go and pause that generator again. Just for the moment, because we don't want to use up all the diesel until that pipe's built. It's a waste of time. Oh, we're so close, we're so close. In the meantime, maintenance is ticking down. The trucks have got to go over here to get the Mark 1 parts, which aren't there. Where did... Okay, it's built, it's built. So they're complaining about power, but it is making a little bit of water. The water is coming down here. This is starting to spin. I think we're okay. They're out of power again, which is fine. Let's unpause that. Not enough maintenance. I am more than aware. I am more than aware. These are all burning now because we have water coming in. This is getting some water from elsewhere as well. That's fine. Okay, we're okay. We're out of the danger zone. I think. Oh, wrong one. Let's pause that again, and that and that and that. So I don't think we need that now. I think we're okay. So those are still pulling Mark 1 construction parts. You're pulling like ones. Why are you putting out like 5 at a time? Is it because that bit only needs 5? Yeah, okay, I see what you're doing. Fine, it's a bit of a waste of diesel. I'd rather you picked up a full load, but I don't know how to make you do that. Oh, that was a terrifying time. Terrifying time. But I think we're okay. So now we're just waiting for this to be built. We're also going to need a lot more workers. These have been unpaused. They take construction parts. It's not really a priority. Well, I guess they're all the same sort of priority. I do want to get this built again. Do I? I mean, I do. It's handy having that sort of extra water there. Might pipe that up to here just so we can actually use that water at some point. Someone has no fuel. That's fine. We are making fuel. Probably just not very fast. Just struggling to find a destination it can reach. I don't know. What are you trying to reach? You're trying to reach those two because that's full. That's fine. If you can't get there, don't get there. Then where else are you going to take limestone, though? Where have you been taking limestone beforehand, I guess is the question. Don't worry about it, I suppose. I thought you could get... Trucky. I thought you could get in there from there. So if I say you can import cargo to there... If I say that one as well, I don't know if you could reach that one, but let's tell them you can import there. So you should no longer have... You still have that icon on, but it's just because you haven't decided where you're going to put a full load of limestone. That's fine. We have a low supply of lecky parts. That's because we don't have any rubber. Which could be a problem if we don't get this up and running soon. What does a rubber maker need? Either naphtha and diesel and sulfur. We don't have any sulfur anymore. We do have diesel and coal. So I think we're going to have to make one as like a short-term solution, because what we don't want to run out of rubber. So you're going to be coal. I want you to have stuff in you. You are going to do diesel and coal, which is not a fantastic solution. In fact, we probably do have a lot of sulfur in stock, don't we? Yeah, okay, change my mind. You're going to do diesel and sulfur still, which means you don't have to worry about a waste pipe. You are going to be sulfur. You're going to get plugged into there. And then we're going to make a storage box, which I'm just going to directly connect. Let's unpause all of that. You all need to be a higher priority. That's construction parts 1. Let's I think it's all construction parts 1, which isn't going to be 2. I want to get that belt. I want to get that belt. Thank you. Construction parts 2. Construction... priority 2. You all use construction parts 1. So you should get built. We can build a few bits with Unity. The rest of it we obviously don't have the parts for. That's fine. That should get there in the end. Rubber, we are down to 75. I don't know where that rubber is, because nothing's being... Where is that rubber? Because there's nothing there. So where... Where is that? I have no clue where we have this apparent mystery 75 rubber. It can't be anywhere they have access. Is it in the trading dock? No. And it's not in there. Where is it? Mystery 75 rubber that doesn't exist. Okay, maintenance is back up to full, which is sort of the main thing. This is almost built. This is a pretty high priority. This is going to be rubber, and I want you to keep it empty. As soon as you have rubber in there, get it out. Okay, you're off to get more oil. That's fine. Obviously, still vast amounts to be built in the oil refinery, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We need to unpause that one as well. Obviously not a priority, but it's there now, which is fine. You delivered one single construction part over there, and we need 2 more. You are taking construction parts over there, despite that being a level 8 priority and that being a level 2 priority. I assume that means that someone else is bringing the last remaining 2 parts over here. Nope, I assumed wrong. You are. You've got 1 part, and we need 2 parts. Okay, whatever. Concrete blocks are getting quite low. We have full inputs. It's water it's struggling for, which is fine. Might be because I've prioritized this pipe over everything else. But once that's filled, that should be fine. We are now demanding more water than that is capable of producing. I think what we could do with here is more water, essentially. So if we build a couple more of those. Oh, I did not want it like that. But do you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's unpause those. Settlement is overcrowded because we don't have enough housing. The housing is unpaused and ready to be built. We are just not in a position to build it at the moment. I might want to mark one of those a higher priority, I guess. To get that actually built. We must have had people come in. Yeah, we have 2 lots of new refugees. Oh, they brought some rubber. Yay. And you brought a little bit of rubber. Hooray. That goes in... I don't know where that goes, actually. Where does that rubber go? I don't know. You've delivered rubber there, so we're making more electronic parts, which is good, because we... Well, I say we didn't quite run out. We're doing okay. Which means that is making rubber, which is excellent. That is that problem solved. One of the many. Everything's looking happy in terms of the water into there. So it's just a waiting game ready for that. Alert-wise, not enough water, that's fine. They will be building these soon, but that's construction parts 2, so they're going to wait to do that till they've done all the other construction parts. Which is a bit of a problem, because if we're not getting enough water in to feed the Oh, they're doing okay for water now. Must have, maybe the farmers just suddenly took a lot out of the pipes. Because that does come off the farm pipe, doesn't it? I could connect this one up to here to give that a little bit of an ease. It is a stupid pipe, but it's fine. Let's get that built. Can I Unity that? No, that's fine. You'll get there when you get there. It's just to make sure that these are constantly running. We don't want to be in a position really where we don't have construction parts being made. Because this needs to get up to 250 before it will even consider sending stuff down to the Mark IIs. And right now we are taking all of those parts to build all of these lovely pipes and everything. So I think we're out of the danger zone, so I'm going to have a little congratulatory sup of tea. This is empty. That's wonderful. That is wonderful to see. So this one is that they're all empty and they're all going somewhere, those ore pipes. Obviously that one's emptied faster than the rest, which could be a problem. It could mean that one of these is empty of ore. Not yet, but probably coming, I guess. Which belts do you feed? Ah, but then you're taking it out of there if that's empty. So that's actually okay. Yeah, we're okay. We're doing okay for iron ore. That's fine then. No concern. So we're not making research parts because of what? We don't have any paper. That's because we're not making paper. That's fine. We can't do any research. That is not the end of the world. We're almost in a position where we could unpause the paper. If we can get that belt and that belt done, I'd be relatively happy to do that. So this is all fine. I know I should be looking at other stuff now, but I just want to make sure that everything's happy. Right now we've got trucks running all over. We still have sleepy trucks, but not a lot. That's fine. They're all working flat out. They have started working on the next level, which means I can get the rest of this marked to level 1. Stop trying to make angles. I don't want you to make angles. Let's just try and make sure they don't run out of stuff anytime soon. Excellent. It's our first proper, like, underground coal pit. I say underground, you know what I mean. Like, we're digging down for coal. It's cool. These are rapidly running out of iron ore. That's a concern. Concern for another day. Concern for future mans, that's what that is. You're going to have to get more oil again. That's fine, I guess you do that. How are we doing? Construction parts 2? Yes, of course. We are almost done with the belts and the pipes and everything. There's a couple in the middle there. That's just that one belt. That's construction parts 2 though, because it's a speed 2. So we are pretty much done with the construction parts 1, I think. Are these all Mark 2s as well? Yeah. So I think all of the Mark 1s have been done. Which means they've probably built this pipe again, which is good. They're working on this pipe now with the Mark 1s. Once that's done, we'll be able to get straight into the Mark 2s. Happy days. Happy days. This is now waiting for other products. It's probably just because the trucks are busy with other things. So I'm assuming we do have slag. Not a lot, actually. That's probably slowing us down a little bit. Because this isn't running, we're not making slag. And if we're not making slag, we're not making crushed slag. Okay. Well, you know, first world problems. Not enough slag. Not producing enough stuff because we're full of stuff, so we're not making slag. It's minor problems. Is there anything else that I can do to make crushed slag? I'm doubting it. Yeah, no, there is not. Is there anywhere else we can excavate crushed slag? Anywhere else we can get slag from? From the toxic slurry. And that's about it, really. I suppose you can dig up slag. I suppose, yeah, if you buried crushed slag, if you dumped it somewhere. And then the exhaust scrubber, which is something we do need to look at doing. But there's just not a lot of point getting too ahead of ourselves. We've got so much stuff left to build at the moment. So yeah, we don't really... Oh, sulfur and limestone we can turn into slag. That would be the other option to make sure we actually have slag coming in. Yeah, because we're not making glass because it's full. We're not making copper because of what? Not enough space for output. Because you don't have acid. We're not making copper because you don't have acid, so the electronics are about to stop again. Which means as well as this temporary little thing, we also need to get acid made as well. Okay. Where is a mixer Mark 1? Acid is sulfur and water. Sulfur comes from there. Water. I don't really want to take it off of that pipe. That's an input pipe, so I think we're just going to have to make another. Another pipe there. And then we want storage fluid 1. That takes construction parts Mark 2. All of this is a high priority. I'm going to mark it 2. I'm going to mark it 2. I'm going to mark it 2. And I'm going to mark it 2. Can we unity any of it? Oh, we can. Oh, sweet. Yeah, we've actually started making construction parts Mark 2. Oh, amazing. Amazing. So that is all built. We're just waiting for the water to come through, which is getting there. You are going to be acid, and I want you to be kept empty. Yes, because we have a low supply of electronics again, because we're not making copper. If it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? How are we doing here? I mean, slow progress, but we're making parts 2 now, so it should start speeding up a little bit. Still a lot of stuff for them to build, and I don't want to kick it into gear until it's all done. I mean, yes, there's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, say 7, 8, about 900 Mark 2s just to get the boilers built, let alone anything else. Right, the mixer is running. We have sulfur. I want you to be even fuller than that. Even fuller than that. Where are they getting the sulfur from? From this store we have here, which is now empty. Oh my word. We're going to have to make the sour water mixer again. Or the sour water stripper even. I'm going to do that now. before it starts getting problematic. Let's put that here. Sure, why not? Fresh water can plug into there. Ammonia we will flare off. Sour water is going to come from... We never put a balancer on that. To there. It also needs a little bit of steam. Steam we will steal from here. We'll just take another output. No, we'll just take it from there. It's only 3. And then the sulfur, if we can get that belted directly in, that's amazing. Let's unpause all of that. Can we unity any of that? All of it, actually. Excellent. That's fantastic. Now, we'll be splitting the sour water between this and this, which is a bit of a pain, but that should allow us to at least get that going. Waiting on a bit more sour water. We could make a balancer there, so it at least sends sour water down there whenever it can. Okay. It all seems a bit silly because this is all like really temporary stuff. But I want to make sure that we're not going to run into problems. So that's now making sulfur. Okay, sulfur problem has been sorted. We are making acid. We are making acid. The acid is going to be coming over here. We already have acid over here. We're making copper again. And we're making electronic parts again. Oh my word. Low supply of diesel is fine. That is fine. We have more refugees. Hooray. We also have the housing built, which is awesome, which means we actually have a bit of space. We have more people coming in again, which is good, but it does mean our food situation is probably going to start to get a bit stretched, even thinner than it already is. They will live on bread alone, I guess, which we can make quite a lot of. Potatoes are almost full, but we are now consuming more potatoes than we're making. So one of the key things we're going to need to do next is to expand the farms. Which are going to be there. That is going to be something we're going to have to do relatively soon. What can we do in terms of horrific pipe work to get this working? I just had a recording crash again. It's been a long time since we've had any of those. So I thought that problem was all sorted. Clearly not. I think it was a different error, so I'm hoping it's just like a... like not important sort of crash. I want you to have the same as that. Okay, that's you done. We don't need that bit of belt under there. Pipe work wise, we should be able to just copy like that. And it didn't connect the pipes like I was hoping it would. And then we've got some extra little bits in there that we don't need. So that's that all connected up. And then I guess we need this whole horrific mess pretty much. Is that one at the bottom connected? Yes. We don't need that, or that, or that, or that. But then we do need that. And we want this to be connected into this. And then last one. And then get rid of that, that. Oh, that's it. Okay. So that's them all piped in, ready to go. When we build them, we're not in a massive rush for that because, you know, we haven't got any parts to build anything with. We have connected these up to there. They have drained all the water out, but it is a little bit of extra water. They will slowly start collecting. Although they're not, because I never built that pipe. That's fine. Now they will start collecting the water off of there. We could start thinking about building the ones that we deleted over here. I just think it is useful to have sort of free water. And then we're going to need to copy these connectors. Pop these in. Oh, we missed one over there. We had another one that went there. Okay. We have no messages over there. We have mining designations out of the area. That's fine. Quick electronics check. Electronics are fine. Mechanical parts are fine. Acid is fine. We're still working on building all of these. How are our construction parts going? We have a good stock of construction parts 2 in, actually. Does that mean some of these are construction parts 3? No. Is it just that trucks can't reach you, maybe? Oh, they take a lot of construction parts too. Okay. I think we've had more refugees. Hooray. Do we have... pause. An idea of how many workers we're going to need. 6, 14, 24. 36, 48. 56. 56 plus 48. Math failing me. Must use calculator. 56 plus 48. 104 plus 24 plus 30. 134. 136. Did I do these two? I think I did. 140. 143. 149. 153. Oh, plus these. Plus 153 plus 12. Yeah, plus 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. 150 plus 72. So it's about 225 workers or so. Plus, let's say 230 workers we're going to need. And we are going to be able to reclaim some from this stuff. So if we said we need at least 200 workers, when that gets up to about 200, we'll think about pausing it, which means we'll probably actually need more housing to fit all of that in. So let's do that. And that, just to make sure it's there. And we might as well do that as well, so trucks don't do any sort of weird loops. In fact, we're not going to want that one, because we're going to want to expand this over to here. Okay. In terms of the dumping, oh, they've got quite far. Yeah, I think that will probably be enough for us to look at doing stuff. It's a good, healthy bit of land reclaimed, isn't it? If we wanted to do more farms, we can't really. I think that's probably getting too close. Or maybe we could. We'd have to get rid of all that, but that's fine. Yeah, we're down to 19 months of food now. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. I think we need to unpause all of that. Unity is still going down. Oh yes, of course, part of the problem is that we're not getting enough water because our water requirements are going up quite steadily, so we need to upgrade that with quite a high priority. Unless I can Unity it, I cannot. Oh, I can! So that is one thing. I cannot Unity those, but they are probably getting quite important. So now has 60 water, all of those being taken over there. So I think these are actually a high priority as well. And because our water usage is getting so high, because we have like 66 over there, plus 9 farms, plus 48 there, plus this water's going over here still, which it probably doesn't need to do anymore. So I'm going to delete this pipe. So I think that's just unnecessarily sending water over there when it has its own water source now. This pipe is surplus to requirements. Once that's empty, we can delete that as well, because that is also surplus to requirements. We will almost certainly need more water over here, because we want to run 3 boilers at once, potentially. Which is... where's the boiler? 48 water. They make 48 water. I thought they actually made more than that. I thought they made 60, but if I thought they made 60, why would I give them a single pipe? There's no point in all of them running, is there? But it is what it is. Whatever, fine. Yes, okay, so that pipe needs to be upgraded. That's probably fine. Yeah, that's fine. But we do need that water. And yeah, we are going to need more over here. What did I say they used? 48, and they make 48. So that would do the boilers on its own. We're going to need more of those to account for the water usage in here. And where does that water usage go again? Goes to the rubber maker? No, that's naphtha. We use 60 water there, so we need 2 pumps going for that alone. It might be time to start thinking about getting some more pumps down and running some big old pipes across the map. Because we don't want to be running so many pumps on these sources that we're emptying them constantly, because that solves no purpose. Let's unpause everything down there. I'm imagining they're empty. They are, of course. We're starting to build those, but it is a slow process. We have enough of these that we're actually feeding stuff into Mark 3s. I might say... if you've got 750 Mark 3s, that's enough. Stop making them, let that belt back up, and then you can focus on making the Part 2s. Okay, you just delivered rubber, that's fine. I mean, can trucks not reach these? Because we've got 250 construction parts Mark 2. Oh, not trucks keep full. That's why you're not taking from there. So trucks were told not to take anything out if it was under 250. So they were not taking anything out. Which makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Wood storage is nearly full again. It's getting ridiculous. We should now be seeing trucks. Yeah, it's taken lots of construction parts Mark II out, so we're actually going to start making stuff over there. So we have more refugees. Hooray. We are going to need more housing, so let's unpause those two. And then we can't... Yeah, we could do like there, there, there and there. That one maybe, but that one would sit over the iron, which is obviously no good for us. That causes us problems. They're already building the housing because we already had the construction parts Mark I, which is good. However, that means the construction parts Mark I have been taken out of here, so we're now down to 180, so they're going to have to start filling that up again. Okay. And this is now empty. And this is not getting made because we're not getting any construction parts Mark I. Okay. And I can't really tell where they've been taking the construction parts. If I'm being honest, really don't know. I've just noticed that these balances are not unpaused for some reason. That's no good. So, with that all done, if we could get these pipes done, I wouldn't mind getting paper up and running again. So let's mark this a higher priority. You've got this. Let's mark this as a higher priority. Oh, and then it's the steam. We don't have any steam, so actually it's a waste of time. Because the steam obviously comes off the boilers down here. I could plug it into the steam down here as a temporary measure. At least that'll get research on the go again. We're doing a lot of temporary measures, which is the thing, and I don't really like that. Not a big fan of constant temporary measures to get everything sorted. So, if we assume everything is hunky-dory, we are going to be building some more farms at some point. This does potatoes and vegetables, so you may as well do potatoes and vegetables. Wheat and vegetables, that's fine. You do wheats and vegetables. Wheat and vegetables, wheat and potatoes. And we probably want potatoes and vegetables. Yeah, I think that's probably what we want. Because we're okay for wheat. We've got a full stack of bread. So I might change that to vegetables as well, actually. If we can just try and get on top of this and get enough potatoes and vegetables in, that'll make me happier. We have got more people, hooray. Which means time is ticking on. Still can't do the concrete till that's all built. Construction parts wise, we are feeding construction parts out. We're making construction parts too. That is excellent. So what would be next on the list? Let's go right down to the bottom of here. Surfaces, we've done surfaces. Organic fertilizer, we've done. We haven't done corn or soy. Recycling would be next, I guess, wouldn't it? That's what we talked about. Let's think about getting recycling on the go. Let's move this somewhere out of the way. Let's just like put it over there. Trucks don't really use that space, that should be fine. So if we wanted to do some recycling, what do we need for recycling? Well, we would need to put the recycler down about here, I would say. We would take, how much recycling products? 12. So we're only 48 at the moment. Is it a loose? I imagine it would be a loose. It is. So we would take the recyclables out of here. We would plug them into there. We would bring recyclables down here. We would bring recyclables down, hello, here. We would bring recyclables down here. We also have recyclables coming out of here. Is that another input there? It says input, input, input. Interesting. So this one we would probably want to raise up. Bring that over to... Try and get it in line there. It is not in line, it needs to go back one. Over to there. It's because you're avoiding those ports even though there's nothing. That's the compact ones, that's fine. You don't need to be Mark 2s. So I'm going to immediately delete, 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 delete. Slightly annoying, but it's unnecessary, and let's not have unnecessary use of materials if you don't mind. Let's bring that down there, that to there, that to there. Now I say you don't need to be Mark 2. How many recyclables do you make? 18. Yeah, that's fine. So let's try that again. Mark 5 over to there. You come to, I want to say, here. That looks right. We'll bring you over to the edge of the building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why won't you plug in there? Have you gone the other direction for some reason? Of course you have. Even you went the wrong direction. It's the wrong type of belt, isn't it? Yeah, it's completely the wrong type of belt because I plugged it into the wrong port. That's why it was going in the wrong direction. Try that again. Recyclables, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring you over to, I'm going to say, here. One out. I don't like it. To here. Over to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plug into there. Okay, fine. And then you, I'd like to plug into there, but you're going to complain about it a bit. So if I do that and that, and then I do... Oh, do you know what? It's fine. I've decided I don't really care too much. Let's do that. So that is going to get us recyclables into the recycler. Then the recycler will produce whatever it is that was the input. So if you have things made out of iron, it will make iron scrap or copper scrap or blah, blah, blah. Right now we have iron, copper, and glass. We might also have gold and aluminium at some point. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring this over here. I want to have... Do I want to do this? No, because we can always change it later. It's fine. How much does it produce? We don't know yet. Does it need to be a Mark II belt? We don't know yet. But we have this one pipe, which is going to... Or this one belt, which is going to have everything on. So we're going to bring this belt over to here. And then we're going to bring this belt over to... Where can it get over here? If I brought you here, can you go up there? Yeah, just about. Okay. So let's put you there. Then we want a sorter to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To go there, but I want you to go that way. And then you are going to sort out broken glass. And that broken glass is this belt here. Or we could feed it into here in case we have a bit too much. So we're going to bring you over to here. And then we're going to connect you into there. And we're going to say you are also a priority input. So any broken glass that comes up there, or any broken glass that comes in there, is a priority. In fact, ideally, we would want this to be the priority over everything else, but, you know, one thing at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we should have copper and iron on the belt still. This was placing just now, and it just nicely jumped over. And now it's being a horrible pain. There. That's fine. And then let's bring this. All the way to here. And we're going to pause for a second because we've got a message here saying we've got new refugees. Hooray! We did have 200 spare workers. That appears to have gone. Struggling to find a destination it can reach. What are you trying to reach? Well, that should be paused anyway, so don't worry about it. You were also trying to get there. Well, that's fine, you don't need to. What are you trying to take there? Nothing. You're trying to collect something from there, but there's nothing to collect. Don't understand what you're even attempting to do. Don't know. Mason has no fuel. Mason, no! Fuel should be on the way. We should have fuel. We got lower fuel there. That does have diesel in it, and it is being made still, so that's fine. I'm not too worried. Mason should be being refueled any moment now. And then over here, we are going to want... What are we going to want? Which of these is which? So the one on top is copper. So at this point, we want to filter out copper scrap. And that we want to connect to there. Like that. And then this we want to connect to there. And that would do it. That would get us recycling done. Now, it's probably going to be a while till that gets built, of course. And is it a sensible place for it? I don't know. We might have to move it later. But for now, that'll do. We've already got one of these farms built. That is genuinely amazing. We need that. We don't have these pipes built yet, which is a problem for this farm, who needs that water. But hey diddly ho, is what it is. If it rains, I guess. That's where our workers went, of course, and into the buildings over here that were built on pause for some reason. Trucks are still ferrying parts back and forth. Part-wise, we are still doing okay for construction parts 1. Construction parts 3 have been used somewhere, so we are making those again, but we are not putting the new construction parts 2 out because they are not full. Okay, that's fine. They are already making this, which I was not really expecting them to do. We also need to unpause that and that. And then once they can get rid of the recyclables, they will then push the recyclables onto that belt and they will then start using this recipe again. The recycling plant is up and running. We need more refugees, that means, though, doesn't it? We've got some more coming, 8 in another 6 months or so. I have no idea, by the way, if time really matters. Like, is there a limit? Does it start at 1? Have I been going for 287 years? I'm really not too sure. I like to see that we're not using all of the oil before the ship gets back. Assuming that is filling with oil? I think it is, but it's just being piped out as fast as it's coming in at the moment. It is going into here, which is filled up. I can see down there is a cheeky little pipe that was never built. If one little pipe had not been filled with oil and broke our entire system, I would have been a bit upset, I'll be honest with you. Struggling to find a destination it can reach. Where are you trying to go? You're not going to tell me. Where are you trying to go? You're not going to tell me. None of you are going to tell me where you can't go. So I don't know what you expect me to do. There's literally nothing I can do about it because you're not telling me. But the number's going down, so I think that's fine. We have no flattenator land to mine. That can be solved. That is a solvable situation. Go up here, across there, across there. Take a little chunk out of there, why not? If not, just do that, that's fine. Over here, do that, that's fine. And then the flattenator area can just be hoofed up. Like that. Excellent. You are doing some great work, guys. Great work. Well done. Well done. Okay, where were we? Recyclables. We actually have recyclables for the first time ever. So we have recyclables on this belt. We have iron, copper, and glass. I don't know why we have glass from the maintenance depot, or unless these had some in their buffer. They probably had some in their buffer. So this is going to very slowly make its way across. Do we need bigger belts? I don't think so. I think we're okay. It's going to slowly make its way across. I'm trying to speed the game up more, but it isn't an option. How are we doing with building? We've got boilers built. Pause, pause, pause. Pause, 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 pause. But do I just see one of them burning? Oh, because it's got the coal and it's already got the water. Which I guess is fine, it's just the steam's not going to go anywhere yet. I opened it up, but I did not pause anything. Pause and pause. Oh man, it is looking good. We are full of fuel gas. Because trucks have been told to keep that full under all circumstances. So they've actually been bringing in the fuel gas from over here, I guess. Cool, whatever. So the recyclables have already made their way along, or are these the same ones that are just taken 500 years to get there? I think it's the same ones, isn't it? It's just so slow. And they're going to stop at this point because this belt hasn't been built. Not a lot I can do about that. Construction parts, 1s are okay. 2s are low, 3s are okay actually. Yeah, 3s are great. 3s are great. It's just the 2s we're waiting for, which are on their way. Yeah, I said drive over that lovely ground and then ignore that in favour of grass. Whatever floats your boat. So slag, I think, is still causing us problems. That is slowing down our concrete production. There's not a lot we can really do about it, though. So it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only like 9 things left to get built. I mean, they do take 100 construction parts. 400, 5, 6, 7, 800 construction parts. Plus another... So let's call it 900. Let's say 900 construction parts. It's a lot of construction parts. It's a lot of construction parts. But everything else is looking good. Fuel gas is already full. Oh, and we also have these down here as well. Fuel gas is already full. Coal is full and ready to go, which means they can get in there to fuel the to empty the coal. That's good to know. Wood is ready to be chipped, to be put into a boiler. Oh, it's exciting. Hooray. I might pause that there. That's 240 extra workers. We are going to be using, they take quite a lot, don't they? Yeah, another 20 on the farms. But we're just going to see how it goes. Because our food is concerning me. We have 70 potatoes. We have 70 potatoes in stock for 1,500 people to share. That is a sad state of affairs to be in. That's what that is. I kind of want to prioritize the farms, but also build this. Build all of this. I want it done so badly. But it is about time we need to think about wrapping up. So, today, we got out of a death loop. That's brilliant. We have almost finished completion of the first tier of, or the first stage of, the first phase. That's the word I'm going to go for. The first phase of buildings we need for this. Once that is done, we can unpause all of these buildings. We can... Does this connect to a priority thing? Yeah, we can make this a priority out. Where else does it go? Just down to these two. Yeah, we'll make this a priority out. We can then think about pausing all of this. We also need to think about connecting our steam up. Actually, saying that. Yeah, we need to think about connecting our steam up to the power system. Because that hasn't been done yet. And that's going to get a bit messy. Where is our... It's the bottom one we need to use, unfortunately. So I think what I'd probably do is come off of this one at a height 5. I don't want you to discuss that some. Come along here. So you need to bear in mind that, in fact, could you just come straight over there? You could, but I don't think I want you to. You can come over here. I just saw another pipe that's not been made. Come over to this point. And then plug into there. And where was that pipe I just saw that hadn't been made? Well, that hasn't been made. And that pipe there hasn't been made. There's always something that you miss. There's always something. So now that our steam is actually connected into the power system, it will prioritize that steam as well. How is this set at the moment? Is that the right one? Is that the one on the ground? Yeah. So it prioritizes this steam coming in over the steam from the wood chips, that's right. And then it has a steam out that goes into this system, and it has a steam out that goes to the boilers. I'm going to prioritize the boilers because I think they are probably quite important. Probably quite important. So anyway, where was I? This is almost done. That's great. We have 3 messages. Excavator has no fuel. That's fine. A fuel truck will be with you soon. Do not worry. In fact, there he is now. We've got recyclables up and running, which is super, super exciting. They are very, very slow. I almost feel like making it a Mark II belt just to get them moving faster. I wish you could have like a double stage priority on these without having to build 2 balancers. Because there's no nice way of doing it. With pipes, at least you can go like just up and down straight away. But I'd have to make a... I don't know if you can even plug lifts into them directly. But it's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, the only problem is if the glass fills up to this point, the broken glass that is, then none of the other recyclables are going to get through. We're assuming that has to be running. And the glass is used for vehicle parts, which are currently paused. They don't need to be paused anymore. And it is used for lab parts, which aren't running because we don't have paper. Are we in a position where we could say we could unpause paper? Yeah, I think we are. We've got limestone, we've got wood chips, we've got steam, which is coming off of somewhere. It's coming out of this pipe here. It only needs a little bit of steam. yeah, so let's get some paper being made. You should be told to keep empty as possible, because why not? And that will get research back on the go, which will use more glass, which will use up that recycled glass, which will also get us more slag, which is important. It is important. Without the slag, we're not getting concrete. Without the concrete, we're not getting construction parts. Without construction parts, we're not constructing, and that is an issue, my friends. So we still have the concrete to build. We are so close to being at the stage where we can build concrete. I mean, it's like, 3 buildings left, 300 more construction parts, and we are there. We've got lots of people. Food is a problem. Food is a problem. We are down to 14 months of food. We have 57 potatoes, 19 vegetables, but we've got lots of bread. We've got more bread than you can possibly know what to do with. So that's something. It's not a great thing, but it's something. If nothing else, bread will keep them going, I suppose. We are making more vegetables over here and potatoes. We'll do the same thing with these two. Hopefully these pipes will get built at some point. I guess it's just because other things were put down first and it prioritizes it like on what you placed first. But yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, we have very few construction parts. That's fine. Would we do anything else today? I'm not sure. Did we do this one or the last one? I don't know. We started flattenating more land to just level this whole plane up here. I don't know what we're going to do up here yet. We have to do all the gold at some point. We need to get the household goods on the go, which I think takes glass as well. And then we have... not that. Not you. So recycling is done. The compactor I'm not concerned about. Fertilizers we have done. The large generator. Power generation 3 was the low pressure turbine. That's done. Advanced smelting was the metal casters and furnaces 2. That's done. Naphtha processing was done 500 years ago. Reforming and cracking is about to be done. Hydrogen's about to be done. And then we have housing 3, the ship bridge, pipes 3, desalination, electrolysis. I suppose we're not doing the chlorine yet. We'll leave that. Mixer 2 we have used. The gas kiln we haven't used yet, but we're close. The large storage we have used. The incineration plant I think makes power. I wish you could click on that. So maybe we've got household goods or exhaust filtration, which might be next. Household goods. Glass, steel, and wood. So I think we're okay for those 3 things. I think we're at a position where we're actually using more wood than we're currently generating. Because that's definitely gone down a little bit. We do have a lot of wood. It's not really a concern. But we could always get another tree harvester going just to try and keep on top of it. Oh, he's almost cleared all this, look. Was this not marked to... Oh, no, it was. You just decided to go up there first for whatever weird reason. That's fine. You do whatever you want. So household goods are pretty high up the list of things we need to do. That would make people a bit happier. Because the household goods then just get fed straight into this. Oh, we've got the other farms now. Awesome. I think water is going to start becoming problematic. So I think there's a few things we want to do next time. We want to get the oil processing up and running, which we are so nearly done. So nearly done. That's amazing. And doesn't it look amazing? Imagine when all those buildings are built and we don't have any of those ghosts in the way. Those pipes are just so damn good. Obviously not a lot of colour in them yet. What's this one? Fuel gas. I'll say, so the fuel gas is going into the system. Goes along here, prioritizes itself around these. I don't know why this one wouldn't be full. Oh, it is. It's just not a very big color. Prioritizes itself into the workings over here. Are these going the wrong way? Yes, they are, because that should be taking it down. Does that mean that there are others that are going the wrong way? Yes. Okay, are there others that are going the wrong way? That's steam. That's not even connected. There's still an input. So yeah, there are little things like this which are gonna... Oh, I can't tell which way you're going. I think that's right. I think that's right, assuming that's the steam input again. Yes. So little things like that are gonna catch us out. And that pipe there has not been built. Oh, it's all built. Next time, we're going to get that up and running. It's going to slow stuff down a little bit. There was something else I was going to say, which I thought was quite important, and now I can't remember what it was. We also need that built. Thank you. So yeah, so the fuel gas, it also goes along here to feed into these. Why is it just connected to those? Because the fuel gas comes in here. Because that pipe was going the wrong way. Okay, same with over here. What is going on here? So the fuel gas pipe is here. Oh, that's the hydrogen input. There's the fuel gas input. So I think that one's going the wrong way. Yes. And that's all fine. So yeah, fuel gas goes down there. Also on a secondary priority to this. Otherwise, it comes off of this one. Heads down here. Heads around here. What this one doesn't do is feed back into the system with some balancers over here. So I could... I don't know how long this video is now. That's what the other ones do, so I am going to do it. So we're going to make a pipe balancer, which we're going to connect in there. We're going to get that built. We are going to get a pipe off of there, which is going to come into yeah, so that's got fuel gas going directly into this balancer. And it's also got fuel gas from that side. Okay. Slightly confusing that they're all going into a balancer. And we didn't do this bit. So over here... Yes, it is that one. So we'll also prioritize input from there. So the fuel gas will go around in a loop wherever it can, but everything else is also pumping fuel gas into the system, but this is taking fuel gas out. Otherwise, it will go down here into the fuel gas storage. The storage will then put it into the back into the system up here, or it will use it in the boilers. It's nice to see something already in that system. Cool. Well, that's sorted. Another little problem sorted. Excellent. Now, what was I saying before that? Household goods, food. Oh my word! I was talking about things we need to do next time, and I was like, "There's something actually quite important." What was it? Exhaust filtration. It's important. Do you know? I've got no idea what it was. If you got any ideas, let me know. Bearing in mind that I'll probably have recorded the video, the next one, before then. But yeah, what on earth was I going to say? It wasn't related to power. It wasn't related to food. But genuinely no idea. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to make that a low priority. Unpause that. I've got no idea. Genuinely no clue whatsoever what I was going to say. Is it something to do with what they need down here? We do have recyclables collection for this as well. That would be quite nice to get belted in. It's a shame I can't ghost that down anywhere. Biomass collection, but I don't really know what I'd do with biomass, to be honest. And then we have the household goods module. Which of the two things would be good to have? Yeah, I'm racking my brain trying to think what it was I was going to say, and I've got no clue. Have we started making... We don't have paper. Why don't we have paper? Unbelievable. Now we have paper. Okay. Fine. Off you go. Goodbye. Yes, we'll get this unpaused next time. I'll try to remember what it was I was going to say, which was... Oh, water! That was it. We need to build lots and lots of water. So I think, because this is going to run out quite rapidly, now we've got an extra couple on there. I think we need to go across the map. I think we need to tap into these water sources. I think we need to put down pumps on that one. I don't think we can get over there yet. But we've got that one, 2, 3. So that's another 3 pipes worth of water we could get to relatively easily. But I think we need to do that as a pretty urgent measure. It might even be worth, whilst we're not doing anything up here, just covering it with water collectors. That might be an option as well. So I think water is a big thing. I'm going to pop down a few of those as a reminder for myself. Yes, I'm glad I remembered. Oil is less of a concern because we're just going to be processing the same amount of oil we always have been. But whilst we're doing water... So the next nearest oil is there. Because there's one of the things that the guy that watched JD does something similar to that. And people were like, oh, but you shouldn't be using the pipes because the pipes have a maintenance cost. And he was like, he built a really big pipe and the maintenance cost is nothing. Like that's 1.2 for that pipe. If you build a really big pipe, the cost really doesn't go up very much. It's crazy. Belts, I think, are probably a bit different because they have moving parts. So that's 1.6 for that belt. Plus belts use power, of course, which is more of an issue. Pipes don't use power. So that's good. So yeah, so probably worth doing that. I think we'll do that. We'll get some water. Excellent. Well, exciting times. We spent a lot of this video really just watching stuff happen over here, but it's done now. We also have the recycling done, which is super exciting. We'll try to get the recycling module down here. Get that belted into this as well. Or we could just say trucks could carry it in, I suppose. Is it going to be the end of the world? How much recycling they're going to make? It's not like it's a long trip either, is it? Yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. We need to upgrade the ship. That's something else we need to do. We really need Mr. Ship Fang. We need you going off and doing stuff. Can't unload stuff because the shipyard is absolutely ramadammed with stuff. Which is fine. If it hasn't got anywhere to put things, I haven't got anywhere to put things, right? Yeah, but we do need the ship to go off exploring the rest of the areas because there is other stuff we need to explore and find as of yet. Cool. Awesome. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.